this thing. Let's go. Let's go, nation. Let's roll with this thing. Yeah. We're going to get this thing going one way or another. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in to the nation. Always a pleasure, man. Always a plus talking to you guys this early in the morning. I hope you guys got your coffee. I hope that you guys are up, locked, loaded, and ready to go. Hey, we're going to get this thing going. The first and foremost, I must say, all off season, when we drafted this guy, LVE, a ton of us, a lot of us was like, who was this guy? Why did we go get Darren Trinidad James? Or why did we didn't trade up to get Hernandez? Whatever it may be. What's this guy name? I believe he played for the Tampa Bay. I forgot this guy's name, but the big, burly defensive tackle. Yeah, you guys can put that in the comment box down below. But this is the thing. LVE has proven me wrong every week, and I love it. I LOV the fact that LVE is proving me wrong because he's flying out to the ball, using his hands, getting separation, attack to the ball, crashing downfield, making sure tackles out in space. That is everything that I want to see. Shout out to Arturo. It's on my Facebook panel. And shout out to those who follow me on the YouTube's world. We're live on Periscope, Twitch, you name it. Twitter, we everywhere right now. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to join the notification squad. This is what we do. We talk football. We get down with it. And shout out to Dallas prospect. Every legend was once a prospect. Thank you guys. Big Game James and also Silver and Blue Nation. And did I tell you guys about the Cowboys experience? Just go to the go in the description box and just click on that link. The Dallas Cowboys experience. We got tons of things to offer for you guys, especially meeting and greeting with live players and things like that. Did I mention this right here that we got Cole Beasley coming around the corner? Yeah. So if you guys are big Cole Beasley fans, hit me up or just go to the website and hit them up too, so that you guys can get chance to meet Cole Beasley. But neither here nor there. LVE, the rookie that's on our team, the 6'5" explosive guy, making tackles out there in space. He's doing his he's doing his job. And then if you add in and you sprinkle in Jaylon Smith already got 2 sacks already. And it's just been under the radar, those 2 sacks. And what I'm talking about is down the line. You're talking about elevating Jaylon Smith and you're talking about the elevations of LVE. Those things, when you put that together, that's a tandem. And I understand that we do. And trust me, we love Sean Lee. But the fact that LVE is stepping it up and being into the mix, I wonder this right here. If we can see the continuations of LVE growth, exploding, cutting off the running lanes, not allowing anybody to get behind him, man, we may say to ourselves, whoa, wow, Sean Lee, is there a way that you want to be a coach at this point? Because we need to have the ability to have some continuity, consistency, poise out there as this defense. This linebacking core, they didn't let us down at any point this year outside of the first game when we had a guy bouncing off the body, but I'm not going to say the name. But now that this core is growing, the growth factor of LVE, and then the nuances that Jaylon Smith is doing, he's going to be my next guy that I'm going to try to break down the film. And I do know that we have to move towards the Texans, but my time has always been my enemy. Speaking of time, I only have a few minutes here, but this is the thing. When you add in the fact of what LVE is doing, shout out to Money Making Mall. Thank you for tuning in, Marcelo B and Garrett. Let me say your last name. I don't want people to think that I'm talking about Jason Garrett, right? Garrett Lawrence. Yeah, tight name, man. The law. All right, so if you add in the fact that I'm going to take a look at LVE's tape, and then I'm going to look at Jaylon. Well, I already did LVE. I'm talking about Jaylon Smith, and then we're going to add in the Golden Tate, and I'm going to show you guys how he was able to catch those balls, and then we can move a little bit further and dive into the Texans film. And then on top of that, if you're part of the Patreon, I will put out the 2014 not Patriot game, but the 2014 Dallas Cowboys versus the Texans game. So that will be on the Patreon. I really appreciate those who are part of that. We're going to get this thing locked and loaded and ready to go. Now, looking at Sean Lee's tape and what he did last year and in his previous year, this year too, it looks like Sean Lee, he's able to fly out to the ball and be explosive and do things on that level. But our only problem is Sean Lee has the Achilles heel, which is his health. Now, can Sean Lee coach and develop and help Jaylon Smiths of the world and LVE and maybe the Joe Thomases and the Damian Wilson? Yes, I'm seeing that Sean Lee is being part of the mix. So maybe down the line, the best avenue for Sean Lee, dare I say, to be a coach. Because think about this. Let's just think about this all in a nutshell. You got Sean Lee out there, and he's practicing all week, and he's ready to go. He's ready to be lock loaded, and then the first quarter or what have you, he's getting sacked. He's getting sacks, tackles, whatever, flying out to the ball, and then midway through the second quarter, he pulls up and say, "Oh, my hamstring." Now you got to put in somebody who don't have that particular rapport or the flow of the game, and that throws off everything. To me personally, that's what we saw when Sean Lee was absent from most of those games, because we never had a guy that had a talent-wise to step it up. Now we do. Now we do. We have this guy LVE, and I'm not trying to put him on a pedestal or anything, but he's being solid, and that's what you can ask for. Now, of course, we can look at other, first-round draft picks, talents like the Calvin Ridleys of the world and Derwin James and what they're doing for their respective team. But here's the thing that you got to add into the mix for those who are all in the comment box talking about, "Hey, man, look at Calvin Ridley. He's lighting it up with 6 touchdowns." You know why Calvin Ridley have the one-on-one and vertical seam routes wide open? Because teams, regardless of the scenario, regardless of the fact, they got to take account for Julio. And Julio's still a man-child out there. He's still a beast. And then on top of that, if you sprinkle in the notion that the teams really don't want Julio to murder them out there, so they will pick the lesser of the evil, and they say, okay, we would rather for the young rookie. Now, granted, the guy's cutting in and out of his breaks, sharp, crisp with his routes, fast. And I do know I can hear already people saying, even if we had Calvin Ridley on our team, Dak Prescott would not be able to give him the ball and stuff like that. This team is going to become the team that we are. We are a run-first team. We are a team that likes to play with our back against the wall. I believe that. And I'm thinking that also, when we look at teams that throw 300 and 280 yards, or we look at the young Pat Mahomes, who is right now is just missing that ball everywhere you want it to be, looking like a mixed breed of Aaron Rodgers and a Brett Favre all into one. The guy's just got a rocket of an arm. I posted a video on my Facebook. The guy just dropped back and threw 100 yards like off of one pass, just launched that thing. And the guy's amazing. But that's their team. We don't have a Travis Kelce. We don't have a Tyreek Hill who can take the top off the defense. And of course, we have a similar running back who is better by chance. But this is the thing. We don't have a dynamic, just explosive tight end. That will come down the line. I think that next year, this team may take a real good look at a wide receiver or a tight end. But this year, we don't have that particular team. So, I mean, we can look at the other teams. We can look at the Atlanta Falcons. We can look at the Chiefs and what they're doing right now. Remember, all that passing stuff is good. But wait till it get cold. Let's wait till it get cold, and then we'll see who the real teams are. Now, if they're doing the same thing like week 9, week 10, week 11, then hit me up. Let's call. Let's talk about this. But trust me, those hard days are coming around the corner. But our team, we built behind Zeke. The core is the offensive line, and then you sprinkle in the fact that you got Ezekiel Elliott. Just as much as we praise teams for having 300 yards passing in the air, we averaging around 150 plus yards on the ground. So those teams are not doing it. this way, and we're doing it that way. So it's just what it is. Now, getting back to this linebacking core, now out of the positionings that we have out there in the field, the solid positionings that we have, the defensive front four and this linebacking core. Then on top of that, did I mention this, that we're going to bring back, did I mention this? We're going to bring back David Irving. All right, David Irving. He's going to create that space for the second level of this defense. The second level of this defense is the linebacking core. 3 levels on the defense. You get the front four, the linebackers, and then you have your quote-unquote secondary cornerbacks or what have you. So defensive backs. So this thing is going to get crunk. This thing is going to get live. Don't forget, guys, that's all the time I have for right now for this early morning. Don't forget to grab your coffee. This is the Coffee Report. This is your brother from another mother. No other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but I keep it cool with you all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash the join the notification squad. Heck, I got Cheeto Woozier. He's saying he's part of the notification squad. So I know you guys can become part of the notification squad. Let's get this thing going one way or another. I really appreciate everyone. Let me just do a quick shout out to those who's in the chat box. I really appreciate you all. Money Making Mall, April Stanton, thank you for tuning in this early in the morning. Scotty, thank you for tuning in too as well. Solar, thank you. And we're going to get this thing going. Jeremy, I see you. Yeah, swat up. Yeah, swat this thing up. And over here on the Facebook side, Alex Cash, man, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in. Now I have Jamal Anderson, not Jamal Anderson, the Dirty Bird. I'm talking about the real deal Holyfield Jamal Anderson. Thank you for tuning in. Gary Bryant, Tyler, all you guys, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for being part of the notification game. Swat up every day. You guys know I'm getting out here redoing this magic. Don't forget to join the podcast. That's LAW Nation. I'm on Twitter, Facebook. I'm on Twitch. We live everywhere. Periscope. Shout out to y'all that's out there too in YouTube. And remember, you're listening in to nothing but the best. Salute. Let's jam on out to some of this music, man. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's get this thing going. Early in the morning. Let's roll with it. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Vosh Lombardi too, and Mark Holmes. Yeah.